And welcome back again. So after having done the beast in Cincinnati this morning, I am home, showered, changed, and ready to get going on my next trip. I am leaving for Florida first thing in the morning. So now I'm packing up all of my stuff, like all my snorkel equipment, all my camping gear, my brand new water housing I got from my camera because I want to get some better pictures than I got last time with the GoPro when I was in Samoa. So this should be quite an exciting trip. It'll be National Park number 57 for me. And I'm going down with my hiking buddy Jim. He's retired and he loves to travel and go to new places. So this should be an exciting trip for the both of us. He wanted to go earlier this spring, but he didn't get a chance to because there weren't any tickets available. So since I had an extra pass, he's going to ride down with me and we're going to go out to Dry Tortugas and we're going to camp for a night. I'm not looking forward to the forecast. It's looking like it's going to be raining for a fair bit of the drive down and possibly a fair bit while we're in Florida at the beginning of the week. So since I've got a sporty new Subaru as my daily driver, that's what I was planning on taking down for this trip, my brother suggested that I check in to see how far out of the way Tail of the Dragon was. And I was like, you know what? We've done that one before in his Jeep and it was a lot of fun. And I bet it would be a lot of fun in this little Subaru. Little sport model, all-wheel drive, sport tires, sport suspension, the whole setup. So this will be a lot of fun. And it's a stick, which makes it even funner. So I was looking at the map, it was going to be about an hour to 2 hour detour to do the Tail of the Dragon. And we were on a bit of a time crunch going down. We would have to leave a little bit earlier if we wanted to do the tail. So I asked Jim if he's ever done the Tail of the Dragon before, and he said he has not. So I was like, well, would you be up for it? He's like, well, it is on my list. So I was like, all right, we're going to do it. So I am going to meet Jim at his house at 6 in the morning tomorrow. So I'm going to finish packing and then I will try to get a little bit of sleep. But we have a long drive tomorrow. We're going to try to get most of the way there so that we can get into Key West Monday night early enough to walk down the street and get some dinner. Since we're going to be on the ferry first thing Tuesday morning. Dry Tortugas, if you can hear me. And I haven't set up my tent yet, but we're here for the night. And as you can tell, it's looking wonderfully about to rain all the time. So I grabbed my camera and took a few pictures before the rain comes in. I'm gonna go set up my tent and do some snorkeling in about the only place we can't snorkel, which is on the south side of the island here where it's not as windy. So it's a neat little place. I think I definitely want to come back in better weather. there goes the boat. We are here until tomorrow. And no matter what, fingers crossed the weather doesn't blow us off of the island or wash us into the sea. Say bye, boat. The rain are kicking up pretty good. I've wrapped some of my stuff and I'm just gonna go hang out in the port, wait some of this out, see what happens. Not as bad as yesterday afternoon. Still raining, never cleared up, didn't get any Milky Way or star stuff. But sunrise this morning was pretty cool. I forgot to grab the GoPro for it. I was in a bit of a rush. And the sun came out today. It's looking pretty nice. We went for a snorkel, saw a few things. It was just very murky water. So I ended up going around the pylons. And those were really cool. It was still just very murky. You'd be at one and you would start to see the next one. And you'd get to that one and you could start to see the next one. So I was a little disappointed. A lot of the coral that we did see was very bleached and not very lively looking. There were some schools of fish that we would swim around. I only saw one turtle yesterday in the moat. But otherwise, kind of disappointed in the snorkeling. So I guess there's some kids out here screaming turtle, turtle, turtle. So I'll go back, take a lap around the fort now that the sun's out. I got some blue skies so I get some non-cloudy pictures. And then it's time to head back to the mainland. up to a couple of springs. I hit Rainbow Springs last night, and now I'm up at Jenny Springs this morning, and this place is gorgeous. A little bit of a wait in the line to get in here for the waivers and the parking pass, but this water is amazing, and there's nobody else in this water at the moment, so I can't wait to get in it with the camera and see what kind of pictures I can get. So I survived Guinea Springs. That water was crystal clear, but it was starting to get a little bit crowded. So I'm glad I went early. I just wish I'd gone a little earlier, and I would have had one or two more of those pools almost to myself by the time people got there. So I decided I wanted one of these plantation driveways. So now I'm at Wormslow Historic Site. They apparently no longer let you drive down the driveway, but you can still walk it. And it is a phenomenal piece of landscaping, that's for sure. These trees are incredible. So that was Twin Falls. It's a nice little hike along the creek, and then you get up to the waterfall, not terribly long, about a half a mile, so it's not too bad. And then there's just lots of little spots along the creek. There was quite a bit of dead trees piled up at the base of the falls, so some of the pictures weren't quite as picturesque. The bugs are kind of terrible around there. I put bug spray on, but I'm still getting assaulted. So I don't know. Next stop is going to be Pearson Falls. They don't open for a couple of hours, and it's at least an hour drive. So the second waterfall I hit today was Pearson Falls. It was a pretty decent one. I mean, $5 to get into. Short little walk. They had a lot of really neat areas on the creek, but you weren't allowed past any of the railings. So it was a bit of a shame. I guess it kept me from spending even more time there. Because the park didn't open until 10, half the water's washed out, and then the other half is deep in shadow. But overall, it was a pretty decent stop. It was pretty quick, pretty easy. Well, I'm just leaving Buc-ee's on my way back home. Topped off the gas, got me some beaver nuggets. I was pleasantly surprised that they are not overhyped. Those beaver nuggets are amazing. If you've never tried them before, definitely, and I will not apologize in advance. They are good. I've had my Dairy Queen and my final fuel stop. I'm on my way back home, about 2.5 hours. Hopefully Jim's wife will text me back and I can drop off his stuff, because he had to fly home so he could ride his bike across the country starting tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the trip to Dry Tortugas wasn't half bad.